Hey everybody, it's Fat Frog. In this video we're going to show you some of the best metal and crystal locations here on the center map of Ark Survival Evolved, since they both spawn together. And we're going to start over here at my little metal operation by my main base down there. And let's take a look at where we are on the map. And we're way over on the eastern portion here at 47.0 degrees latitude and 83.2 degrees longitude. And if we make our way off in this direction, off to the east and southeast here, we have a lot of metal spawning right along here. So a very good location for metal on this island out here where we have the blue obelisk. As we move into the central part of the map where we've got a bunch of these spires here, we've got these spires with metal on top. So we've got one there right behind us, another one up there, and at least one more down here with these clusters of metal. So let's grab the location of this one. Pretty easy to find when you're up in the air. This one's at 38.3 degrees latitude and 67.6 degrees longitude. And not far from where we just were is this beautiful deposit here. We've got some high yielding metal nodes here, and we've got a ton of crystal. And let's take a look at this location from the relative safety of right here. And we are at 34.8 degrees latitude and 65.6 degrees longitude. Down in the description, I will put all the coordinates that we visit today. Yeah, just look at all this stuff. It's a great spot. And also I'll have a link to a playlist of the location of other resources and dinos on the center map. And we're still sticking with that same island here in another great spot for crystal and metal. And we are at 41.4 degrees latitude and 60.7 degrees longitude. And we've got a little metal right here. And as we wrap up around here, we've got another nice deposit up here. A little bit of crystal, not too much, at 42.3 degrees latitude and 56.5 degrees longitude. Now we've moved up to the sort of northern of the central islands that are in the center at 29.7 degrees latitude and 56.5 degrees longitude. We've got a nice high yielding node right there, and then we've got a couple more this way, and there's a little bit of crystal in here as well, but not much. And here's another beautiful deposit. Unfortunately, there's a T-Rex here. A little bit of crystal again, but a whole ton of metal. And I'm out of stamina, and we're at 27.4 degrees latitude and 63.5 degrees longitude. And I've got enough stamina to get out of the way of this T-Rex. Okay, let's find some more areas. We're on the southern island of these three islands in the middle here. And now we've got a nice location here for crystal especially. Also pretty decent for metal, but this is one of our better crystal locations we've looked at so far today at 52.8 degrees latitude and 67.8 degrees longitude. Other great deposit way up here on top of this hill. Again, we're in that southern of the central islands at 55.0 degrees latitude and 62.0 degrees longitude. Now just came from right back there, and we're going over this little land bridge here, and we've got another pretty nice deposit here of metal and crystal. Let me just grab some stamina up here at 56.2 degrees latitude and 57.9 degrees longitude. Now we're at the top of the floating island that's over kind of just off center here to the west, and we are at 38.6 degrees latitude and 32.4 degrees longitude. Now there are massive piles of metal here, but you will find a lot of metal nodes kind of scattered throughout. Not the greatest location, but if you're having problems finding metal here on the center map because somebody on your server is gobbling it all up, maybe you'll have some luck over this way. So I thought I would at least show you the general location. You can see it's pretty decent. There's some more metal and crystal nodes off that direction. So typical of Ark, if we go up into the mountains, we'll find some metal. We've got some down here, and then we've got some up here. Kind of like just like the last location, it is a little bit scattered around here. One exception is really nice here. We do have these oil bearing rocks right here, and there's some crystal, but again, pretty scattered over here. So let's just take a look at where we are. We're at 51.8 degrees latitude and 24.1 degrees longitude, but again, scattered throughout this whole mountain over here. Let's grab the location of the other mountain. And we're at the other mountain again here. So we've got oil rocks and we've got some high yielding nodes as well, metal nodes, and there's a little crystal now and again as well. We are at 22.2 degrees latitude and 25.8 degrees longitude. So I wouldn't fly across the map for these locations, but if you are over here on the western portion of the map, you'll probably be interested in to know where you can find some of these. So we've got a cluster here at 21.3 degrees latitude and 12.6 degrees longitude. And then as we fly over this way, we'll find some more nodes. And so this is probably the last little cluster of metal bearing rocks over here at 55.9 degrees latitude and 9.8 degrees longitude. Okay, we're by the waterfall way over here at the edge of the world, and we're starting to get into the Redwoods, and we've got a wonderful deposit of crystal and metal here. It starts about here and then wraps all the way around this way. Plenty of metal and crystal, especially if you're on single player. 78.5 degrees latitude and 21.3 degrees longitude. And the Redwoods has got a lot of nice areas, and let's go check out a few more of those. So we've got a pretty cool cave entrance here with lots of metal nodes. Let's show the location of this cave at 89.2 degrees latitude and 38.9 degrees longitude. And we're going to fly up this way, and we've got a ton of metal and crystal throughout this little cave area here. Then we'll come to yet another cave with a ton more metal and crystal. Grab the location where we are right now, and we are at 97.0 degrees latitude and 36.8 degrees longitude. And we've just come out of that cave there, and then now we've got a ton more crystal and metal up this way. So this is just a great spot, the Redwoods, to get some metal and crystal. So I'll grab this location as well, and we'll grab a couple more out here, and we're at 97.4 degrees latitude and 43.0 degrees longitude. So here we've got a whole bunch of high yielding nodes, regular nodes, and crystal. And we're at 95.4 degrees latitude and 61.8 degrees longitude. And if we follow this waterfall straight down here, we've got another great deposit and a very strange looking bear. And we're at 94.3 degrees latitude and 63.3 degrees longitude. So another great spot here is at Batman Island, where we've got the fiery eyes and all that other stuff. There's plenty of metal down here. I don't believe there's any high yielding nodes, but there's quite a few of the regular ones, and then crystal as well. So we are at 64.2 degrees latitude and 69.2 degrees longitude. We made our way back over to the eastern portion of the map, and we're at kind of that U-shaped island over here at 31.3 degrees latitude and 86.7 degrees longitude. And as we cruise around the very edge, the top edge of this cliff here, we're going to find a lot of metal nodes and a little bit of crystal as well, just like we did at that first location. So as we just cruise around here, we're going to find a lot of metal. So it's pretty easy to find once you get over here. Last place I'm going to show you today is over here on the Volcanic Islands. They're, you can't miss them from across the map with the smoke coming out from these volcanoes. There's quite a bit of metal, but it is kind of widely scattered, as well as crystal and obsidian here. Best place to go is right at the top of each of these two volcanoes. We happen to be at 13.4 degrees latitude and 57.5 degrees longitude. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, you'd probably find that playlist I had mentioned before with other dino and resource locations on the center map. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for watching.